Hey everybody, Clint here. Just wanted to take a minute. As you see, I'm down here in the podcast studio. Was recording some podcasts today and getting some fresh new content to put out there. So hopefully you all will enjoy that, and hopefully you'll eventually want to come do an episode, be a part of it. So I'd look forward to having any of you on the podcast that were willing to do it. So. Anyway, the reason I wanted to jump on today real quick while I was down here, I just wanted to put this message out to you and talk a little bit about tomorrow. I know people are a little unsure about what's going to happen. It's tomorrow's the day that the settlement rules go into place. We're going to figure it out together. I had some conversations with folks last night. They're asking questions about it. It's all going to be okay. But the biggest thing that I wanted to just remind you of is Georgia MLS is going to take off the compensation fields. They're not going to have that because they are a realtor-owned MLS. The other MLSs that we are members of, Mid-Georgia MLS, Central Georgia MLS, and FMLS, or First MLS, they did not opt into the settlement agreement. They are still going to have compensation fields on there. Those compensation fields are going to be voluntary. So I have decided that out of an abundance of caution and really to protect y'all, we're not going to put compensation in those fields. Our company policy will be that we are not going to put compensation in those fields. Because we're also a member of Georgia MLS and we're not going to be able to put it in there, I think it's best for us to be consistent. And look, quite frankly, I'm somewhat affiliated and familiar with the government. I think that it is not, I don't know that it's the best idea to continue to put that in there, even if you're not a realtor-owned MLS. I think that there are going to be people who are looking for opportunities to, there's going to be people looking for opportunities to reach out and maybe sue or look for somebody doing the wrong thing. And I think that the MLSs that do not opt in are going to be highly scrutinized. And I think the companies that continue to put offers of compensation in an MLS, whether it's realtor owned or not, are going to be highly scrutinized and possibly be targeted for future lawsuits or, be scrutinized by the Department of Justice. Our company, our parent company, the parent company of Century 21 Anywhere Brands, they had entered into a settlement previously to the NAR settlement. They had already entered into that, and with us being a bigger brand, sometimes that there's a lot of benefits that comes from that. Sometimes it can also put, people may look at it differently because we are a Century 21 brand. So, but the biggest thing is just out of an abundance of caution and knowing how these things usually go, I don't think that it's wise to poke the bear, so to speak, when we've got these new rules in place. And even though by the letter of the law, those companies, those MLSs, don't have to participate. They are able to not opt into the settlement agreement. And look, that's certainly their right. Those folks who are in charge of those organizations, it's their right to handle that and run that business how they see fit. And I don't begrudge them that at all. However, for our business, I think that the most prudent move for us is to not have compensation fields in there. There will be an opportunity down the road. Moxie Works is working on our company websites where we'll be able to go into Dash and put in our listings and put in a compensation offering through our company websites, which is a lot more safe than doing it through the MLS. And I think that's something we'll probably be doing. We'll work out the mechanisms for that, try to figure out the best way to get that information in there, and make sure it's out there so you can share that in different ways. I don't know that we'll be able to direct folks to that from the the MLS. Again, we don't want to take unnecessary risks, and we certainly don't want to violate the terms of the settlement agreement. So we'll be figuring that part out as we go along. But in the meantime, if you have compensation, as soon as I know Mid-Georgia MLS, I think already has FMLS. If you have something in there, last I heard, it had not updated yet to where those compensation fields were optional. If it's in there and it overnight they change it, they update their software, they go live with that version overnight or tonight with the new settings that make it an optional field, and you don't get to it for a day or two, it's cool. I understand. Look, it's all we've all got a lot of things going on, and you all want you to focus on your business first. But as soon as they've got those fields optional, I want you to try to get in there and take that compensation out. Do not put a 0 in that field. I may have mentioned that before or talked about doing that or putting a 0 in there. That is not currently the way I think would be best. I think just leave it blank. Don't put anything at all, because if you put a 0, people may assume that you're offering 0. So we don't want to have any confusion. We'll just leave it blank. So hopefully that answers some questions. Look, if you've got them, reach out to us anytime. Call me, call Casey, whatever you need. Let us know what questions you have. We may have to work through the answers together. This is new. I think ultimately, as I've always said, our business is going to continue to operate by and large the way it's always operated. But there's going to be some a few new tweaks we're going to have to make, some conversations we're going to have that maybe we didn't have previously. And other than that, though, I think we're going to be fine. So thank y'all for what you do. Thank you for being part of our family here at Century 21 Crowe Realty. And please, if you have any questions at all, anytime, do not hesitate to reach out. Look forward to seeing y'all very soon. Take care.